Welcome to your latest Manchester United transfer updates with Mr. Rayband. A lot of questions about Victor Osimhen, Victor Gyokeres, Manchester United goalkeeping position, and the holding midfield position. All these we are going to clarify in this transfer update this morning. Now, starting with Victor Osimhen, because I know a lot of us would want Victor Osimhen to play for Manchester United. We want to see Victor Osimhen play week in, week out in the Premier League. Now, the main deal with Victor Osimhen is that Manchester United have informed Victor Osimhen's camp, and they have given Victor Osimhen's camp two conditions. That if these two conditions are met, that is when they will go into concrete, discussion with them. First condition is that Osimhen have to make it known that he wants to join Manchester United. It's not that one that he will be talking with Manchester United and be talking with other clubs. United does not want to waste time on any player in this summer transfer window. Take a look at Bryan Mbeumo's situation. Take a look at Cunha's situation. We don't want to go for players that will be discussing with other clubs and also discussing with us. First, Osimhen have to make it known that he wants to join Manchester United. The second condition is that Osimhen should be realistic with his wage demands. Looking at the situation of Manchester United now, looking at the wage scale of Manchester United now, they don't have that luxury to pay players higher amount of weekly wages. So United is not trying to say that they cannot pay Victor Osimhen 200 or 250. However, Victor Osimhen have to be realistic with his wage demands. Now, these are the two conditions that must be met before Manchester United will go into concrete negotiation to sign in Victor Osimhen. Otherwise, they will not go into any form of discussions with Victor Osimhen's camp. As it stands, it's only Al Hilal and Galatasaray that are into concrete discussion with Victor Osimhen. Apart from these two, no other club is currently discussing anything about signing Victor Osimhen as we speak. Moving on to Victor Gyokeres, there have been a lot of propaganda from various sources that Victor Gyokeres rejected Manchester United. Victor Gyokeres prioritizes, joining Arsenal ahead of Manchester United. I want you to know that all these things are just mere analysis, right? There's no concrete, we've not seen any video where Victor Gyokeres come out and said all these things. We've not seen any clear proof, you get. But looking at the situation of things, Arsenal are in a better position to sign Victor Gyokeres from Sporting Lisbon as fast as possible. And I think and I believe the age, Victor Gyokeres is 27 years. He does not really have much time on his side. So most likely, if Manchester United and Arsenal drops bid for him, meets up with Sporting Lisbon, transfer fee demand, most likely Victor Gyokeres would like to join Arsenal, because right now Manchester United are still building. Manchester United are still revamping their squad. So Gyokeres does not really have that much time. So it is quite understandable why he would like to join. If this media, these top journalists that we know will come out and say that Victor Gyokeres will prioritize, joining Arsenal ahead of Manchester United. However, Victor Gyokeres right now do not really have much options on his side. It's only Arsenal and Manchester United that we know that have concrete interest. Then the Saudi Arabian club, he already rejected, offer from Juventus. So if Arsenal signs Benjamin Sesko, of which as of yesterday, earlier yesterday, Fabrizio Romano dropped, a social media bumper that Benjamin Sesko has started following Arsenal on Instagram. That is a sign that talks are already advancing. That is a sign that Benjamin Sesko is keen, and most likely he will force his move to Arsenal. And United is just waiting for Arsenal to sign Benjamin Sesko so that they will have that avenue and chance, possibility to sign Victor Gyokeres. Gyokeres is very keen to join Manchester United in spite of Champions League football. The major constraint, that Manchester United is facing in signing Gyokeres is the financial situation. They will need to, get out some, outgoing players. They will need to sell some outgoing players before they can be able to drop a bid, to Sporting Lisbon. But as for Victor Gyokeres, he wants to join Manchester United, and Ruben Amorim is still pushing to sign Victor Gyokeres from Sporting Lisbon. This striker situation will take a very long time, because currently the prices on this striker, even Hugo Ekitike, even Victor Osimhen, even Victor Gyokeres, any striker that we have in the market currently, their prices are inflated. And these strikers that I have mentioned, all of them wants to leave their club. So Arsenal, Manchester United, or any other clubs that are going for this striker will play the game with their various clubs. they will drag the transaction towards ending of July. These players will get furious, and their various clubs will be forced to reduce their price tag on them. So the striker situation will stretch most likely towards the end of July, and we'll start seeing Arsenal signing Benjamin Sesko, probably Victor Gyökeres, and then Manchester United will also finally sign their own striker. However, there need to be some numbers of outgoings before that can be made possible, because United does not want to enter problems with the financial fair play rules and the PSR. They want to be on the same page, and they don't want to look desperate in this transfer market. They don't want to make mistakes, because if they make mistakes in this summer transfer window, the club might run down the drain. Moving on to the holding midfield position, that position is very key, because if the center is not flexible, if the center is not strong, if the center is not creative, the team will suffer. Now, United will also try as much as possible to sign a new holding midfielder or a new number 6, and this guy from Club Brugge, Ardon Jashari, is one player that Ruben Amorim likes, is one player that Manchester United are currently discussing about. Although Manchester United are not the only club that are currently monitoring Ardon Jashari of Club Brugge. AC Milan are also chasing Ardon Jashari. United will also need to have some outgoings before they can get this guy signed. Moving on again to the goalkeeping position, Ruben Amorim first choice goalkeeper that he wants Manchester United to sign is Portuguese national goalkeeper and Porto goalkeeper, in the person of Diogo Costa. That is the goalkeeper he wants United to sign. That is his number 1 choice. However, Porto's valuation for Diogo Costa is worth around 50 million euros plus add-ons. But like I said, these prices are inflated. And so long Manchester United are the only ones currently that have concrete interest for this guy, towards the ending of July, the guy might get furious and, have problem with Porto, and Porto will be forced to reduce their asking price for Diogo Costa. Emi Martinez is one player as well that is keen to join in Manchester United. However, Andre Onana or Arte Bayinda may need to be sold. If Arte Bayinda and Andre Onana are not sold, that means if United wants to make any addition, they might just go for a young goalkeeper that is very cheap, and they come in to Manchester United and give Andre Onana that healthy competition. That is the only way. Remember, Onana has 3 years contract left. So if United wants to sell Andre Onana, he's going to worth around 30 million pounds. And I don't think any club would really want to pay that amount for Andre Onana. If not, he would have been having, interest from the Saudi Arabian Pro League. Right now, there are rumors that AS Monaco are, eyeing Andre Onana, but Fabrizio Romano have cleared that situation, that there is nothing like that. AS Monaco wants to sign a new goalkeeper. They are in search of a new goalkeeper. But AS Monaco and Andre Onana, in terms of interest, they are far wide. They are very, very far wide. So as time goes on, United fans, we have to be patient. After Mbomo's deal has been wrapped off, we have to be patient, because we need to have some numbers of outgoings before we can sign new players. We don't want to be desperate. We don't want to look desperate in the transfer market that we want to sell these players, because if we are desperate selling these players, then we'll sell them for cheap. Although we'll still sell them for cheap, because these guys already made it known that they want to leave Manchester United. So any club that wants to come for them, as it stands now, they will price them, very low.